I want to cover very quickly intermittent fasting. Is it the best plan ever, particularly for women over 50? You could do the 12 hours of fasting, 12 hours of your eating, or you can do the 14 hours of fasting and 10 hours that you can eat in that window, or you can do 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour window of eating. I'm going to recommend the 12-12, 12 hours of fasting and then the 12 hours of eating. I'll let you know why I prefer that versus the others. You can always go from 12-12 to the 14-10 plan where, again, in 10 hours you eat, 14 hours you fast. Or you can go to the 16-8. You can progress all the way up. But I'm going to stick, and I want you to start with the 12-12. Now that means, and this is just an example, it depends on when you want to start your day. I'm not saying you have to start at this time, but on the 12-hour fasting, you would go from 7 o'clock a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m., where you have that window where you can eat. And then from 7 o'clock p.m. all the way into the morning, when you break that fast at 7 o'clock again, a.m., no eating, no drinking, no sodas, no sweetened tea, no juice. You can only have, maybe black coffee or unsweetened tea, but I prefer that you have water only in that window of when you're fasting. Now, disclaimer. I definitely want to start off with a disclaimer because the intermittent fasting plan may not be recommended for anyone who has disordered eating, or if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or if you are a diabetic even. This plan could be good for you, but it may have to have some alterations to fit your needs. And that's why I always want you to check with your health practitioner before you start any plan. Check with your health practitioner. Now with that disclaimer, let's get into the 12-12. Just a few pointers I want to share with you if you're following or considering this plan. First of all, I would want you to know that it's good to be able to have a 12-hour fast where you can give your digestive system a break. Some of us eat every hour on the hour, and although it may just be some crackers or just be some peanuts that you picked up, you're still eating. You're done work and process that. So you don't get as quality rest as you should if you were on that 12-hour fast. So I like that about a 12-hour fast. Another pointer. It may take you 2 to 4 weeks for your body to adjust. So you may have some irritability, you may have some other issues when you're starting this fast because it is something new, and allow your body to adjust. So it may take 2 to 4 weeks for your body to really kind of fall into sync with this new plan. And I was reading some information from Johns Hopkins medicine report, and so some of this information I am pulling from that report. Now, the goal of this fast is that instead of using your glycogen stores, you're starting to use maybe your fat stores during this fasting period, which is good. You may experience that your memory, you feel more mentally alert after you're doing this fast and your body has made some adjustments. That's good. You may also experience that your blood sugar levels start to lower, because you're not eating every hour on the hour and you give your blood glucose levels, or we say blood sugar levels, but they may start to lower. And that could be good in decreasing your risk for diabetes or type 2 diabetes. You may also experience lower blood pressure. So that's good for heart issues. You may experience low blood pressure. So there are some good things that I really like about this intermittent fasting. Now our focus is on weight. Those other things are wonderful, but our focus here is on weight. Can you lose weight? Is this the best plan ever for you? I'm going to answer that and say it could be. And the reason why I say that is because it depends on what you're eating during that 12-hour eating period. So if you are eating hamburgers, french fries, sodas, chocolate sundaes during that eating period, there is no magic in the 12-hour fasting. But what I want you to focus on so that it can be the best plan for you is look at some healthy options that I want you to focus on when you are eating in that 12-hour window. One of the things I would want you to consider is maybe eating 2 hefty meals, and that's it. 2 hefty meals. That is definitely sustainable. You may consider 2 good-sized meals and a snack. So what I want you to look at, and this, I like this site, myplate.gov. I'll have it up there for you. You can get so much good, useful information. For me, I would tweak it a little bit, but there's a lot of good basic information for you in my plate. So what I want you to be thinking when you are eating off of your plate or my plate, be thinking of, for vegetables, you want to have about 2 to 3 cups of vegetables in a day. Fruits, anywhere from 1 1/2 to 2 cups of fruits in a day. And that's serving of a fruit. Grains, 5 to 6 ounces of grains. And if you go to my plate, they'll give you what a serving of a grain would constitute. So you would have that information there. So I don't want you to think you can have 5 loaves or 6 loaves of bread. No, so you would get good information from my plate, So I definitely want you to use that as a very good reference. Another good reference is Boss Battle, Strategies to Lose Weight. That is a very, very good reference. Not only does it talk about some concrete proven ways to lose weight, but you'll have a lot of guides in there to help you along, plus a lot of good recipes in the back of the book. I'll have a link for you to get that book. And if you're interested in wanting some more guidance, you can join their Boss Battle Academy, where it's an online weight loss program that is geared toward people who want the convenience of an online plan, but definitely want some very good working strategies to help them with weight loss. So I want you to check out those sites, and I'll have them for you. Protein, 2 servings of a protein, and for dairy, this is another good resource. And if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, this is a good resource for you as well. They have a whole food, soul food guide pyramid. And so for milk or dairy, if you don't do regular dairy, you need about 2 to 3 servings an adult of dairy. And that can be soy milk or any almond milk or cashew milk, but make sure it's fortified with vitamin D. You want the brands that are fortified with calcium, and if you can get them fortified with B12 or cyanocobalamin, that would be great too. So different food manufacturers with their non-dairy milk, you may not see all of those in one, so you want to switch it up from time to time so you can get those good nutrients. Tofu is a good source that you can substitute to get one of your dairy servings in. Broccoli is another good source. Blackstrap molasses. So again, in this book, Whole Food, Soul Food, Finger Licking Way to Fight the Fat, excellent resource. And gives you a lot of things that you can do to include a very nutritional diet while you're following this intermittent planning. I'll have a link for that book as well. You need your resources so you can get good information, credible information. Keep in mind that this plan is no different than any other plan. It requires discipline. There is no magic. I know we're looking for it. We are all looking for it. But right now, there is no magic. The magic is you. And you have to put in the discipline and making sure that you're not cheating too much during that window where you're supposed to be fasting. Now, for women, it can improve your metabolic health on this intermittent fasting, and definitely it can help with weight management if you are following those guidelines that I've already mentioned. For women less than 50 years old, it may have some negative effect or impact on your ovulation. An ovulation is during the menstrual cycle, a mature egg is released from the ovaries, and you need energy for that process to take place. So if you're not getting in enough calories, if you're doing this intermittent fasting and during that 12-hour period where you're eating, you really want to lose the weight, that is your focus, and that's okay. But you are taking in very, very few calories, and then you're doing this fasting, that could have a negative impact on your ovulation and your reproductive process. So again, I want to keep in mind that during that fasting, that during that period where you can eat, that 12-hour period where you can eat, we don't want you to follow an extremely low-calorie diet. I don't support that. And you're going to need the willpower. Willpower is always welcome. That willpower helps with that discipline, and we definitely need that. So I just wanted to bring those things to you. I think it's a good plan. There are a lot of things about it that I do like, and it can work for you with some of those considerations that I mentioned. So try it out. Now, it's not a guarantee for everybody. Not everyone gets the long-term success with this plan, but I bet it has a lot to do with what they're eating during that eating phase. But if you're following a healthy plan and you do some of those things that I recommended, you get the book. Someone can goes in, because that book, Boss Battle Strategies to Lose Weight, goes into more gory details. Get that book. It definitely can help you out. Or join the Boss Battle Academy online weight loss program. Now you're getting a whale of a deal. So check it out. I'll have those links for you. Well, anyway, thanks for joining me. I just want to talk a little bit about that intermittent fasting. There are other ways that you can do it, but I wanted to focus on the 12 hours of eating, 12 hours of fasting. Well, I'm Daz. I'm out. Subscribe, share me with your family and friends, and I look forward to seeing you next show.